Coming up next, it's a UFC welterweight division matchup. All right, so here he is, one of the better offensive takedown guys we have in the UFC, DC. And if anyone is well-equipped to speak to this, it is you. The opponent knows what's coming. At least to this point in the UFC, no one's been able to stop him.
He just has to keep him away, because the moment this guy gets close enough to either grab a leg or make body contact, now you're in trouble. He has a knowledge and an understanding of position from a lifetime of just all grappling, judo, wrestling, sambo. He does it all, and he has just so many ways to get you to the floor. This guy once told me that if you can get your leg, he's going to finish. Because he's going to give you so many things to think about, you will not be able to process and keep up with him, and eventually you're on the mat. It's unbelievable to watch him apply that knowledge to the mixed martial arts fight.
And as the wrestlers say, this is not a guy you want anywhere near your bracket.
No, you don't want him in the bracket.
All right, well, I'm excited for this one. This is a kickboxer of the highest order. He has so many different kicks and punches in his arsenal, and figures to try to keep this on the feet here tonight.
The beautiful thing that he does is he throws that front push kick to create distance when a guy starts to get too close and wants to wrestle with him. He throws it, and the moment you're back at his range, he starts to blast high kicks. He doesn't always intend on landing it, but he beats up your arm with high kick after high kick after high kick. And as you get desperate, you start to run into knees, and he does not need much space to land a knockout punch. This guy is one of the best strikers we've ever seen in the UFC.
And if you don't find the striking range early against this guy, you could be in real trouble. Our tale of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. 4 years, the difference in age between these two fighters, with similar height and some differences in reach. All right, now for the particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 18 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Spokane Valley, Washington, he is an Ultimate Fighter season winner, Michael Maverick Chiesa! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a kickboxer, holding a professional record of 24 wins, 9 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, Kevin the Trailblazer Holland. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Dan Murgliata.
So Dan Murgliata shares the cage.
You ready?
All right, so here we go with round 1, and when you are facing a submission specialist like this as a striker, you have got to avoid the canvas, I would think, at all times.
Yes, you have to. And if the striker gets taken down, he needs to make sure the only thought is to get back to his feet.
And quick.
Whether the submissionist goes to his back or is on top, you got to make plan number 1, getting back standing and getting back to your space. If not, you're gonna find yourself tapping and really wondering why. Why did I not engage him in this game?
Look at you dropping a submissionist on this, huh?
It's crazy.
Oh, nice land there with the punch. You see, he's taking advantage of what is an obvious edge. Changes levels now, DC.
Oh, man, he was in a single, got to a high crotch. Oh, takes it for a ride. What a fantastic takedown.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, closed guard now. You got to be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Well, these are some excellent ground and pound strikes here, DC. There's an efficiency with which he operates in these situations.
He knows exactly when to throw, exactly when to hold, and it's allowing him to really control the grappling aspect of the fight.
There's a song there, right? Know when to hold him,
know when to fold him. Yep, absolutely.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Chiesa.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
Oh, he postured up there, gained some valuable separations.
And now the ground and pound starts.
Man, how fun is this to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound.
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up in the ground and pound. This guy is a throwback fighter. He's very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud. Good, solid strike on the ground. Chiesa's back in full mount. Oh, these are some big punches here from the top, DC. He hasn't needed to enter his opponent's guard yet, and he may not have to.
He may not have to, but he's doing a real good job of being aware. There's danger when you're standing on top of like that. You gotta watch it up against him. Notice how he leads with his hips when he goes forward.
That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one. All right, that's the end of the round. He's got a cut on his cheek from that round. There are certainly worse locations for a cut on the cheek. It's not going to trickle down into the eye. Nonetheless, pretty significant gash. We'll see if the cut man can close it up. All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
Lands the right hand. Well, he's got the reach advantage. You might as well use it. Nice job there to find a home for that jab.
Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. What a wrestler. That was an amazing takedown.
Chiesa's looking to go from the full to the half guard here. Opponent not having it. Oh, nice work from the bottom. Tags him with the punch. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motions on the mat.
Now potentially working on a submission instead.
Attacking armbar.
Oh, he picks him up and slams him down.
Big explosive slam to lift him and slam him out of that armbar. Go right into side control. Now let's see what he does, right?
Sometimes when you do that, the choke or the submission can get tighter, but he was able to evade it there.
Yes.
Position now, DC. If you're the top fighter in this situation, what are you trying to do offensively?
I'm trying to force some sort of action from my opponent. You want him to turn to his knees to either give you the guillotine choke or allow you to try to chase the back. It's a tough position to control in, but there are options for finishes and are options for positional advancements if you're patient.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent, you got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Now he's going to try to attack Kimura here. Now he falls back into the finisher position.
There it is, so he taps out doing the arm bar tonight. High-level grappling there.
I mean, he had to tap. If he did not tap, this man is not opposed to snapping his arm.
Right.
Sometimes it's better to live to fight another day, but hats off to this fighter on a great submission victory.
All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. He's so skilled, he's so tricky, and he's so good at weaving a web that gets you lost in it that he made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.
So there he is, your winner by submission. That is a finish they will likely be talking about for some time. Big win, major statement made to the rest of this division.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata is going to stop this contest at 4 minutes, 24 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Michael Chiesa!
Well, what an incredible result here tonight as you see the winner there celebrating his victory by way of submission, and they put so much stock into finishing this fight. They felt like to really spin his career forward, they needed to not just win, but get the finish, and they certainly got it tonight.
They got the finish. He's such a terrific grappler. Every time he is on his back, he looks for